Bang, bang,
bang radio.
Be picking up African category at the BET Awards. Absolutely. I want us to be amongst some of the best artists in the world. We are, so why not?
Bang, bang
Alexandra Burke, I don't know her. There was a personal issue. You know, she texted my boyfriend. I am trying to get myself to the Grammys and kiss the band.
bang, bang,
bang radio.
Hi, I'm MC Timmy. It's your boy DJ Young Millie. This is Shopsy Do over here.
The only show in the world where we play music, give you some Afro knowledge, and dance in the studio too.
That is right. We out here on Bang Radio. This is Bang 103.6 and you're listening to Afrohits.
Afrohits show on Bang Radio with DJ Young Millie, MC Timmy and myself.
Bang Radio.
Right now, DJ Young Millie on 103.6.
But right now, something is happening in this studio that has a big bearing on the future of this show. Man like me is under pressure because I am sat in the presence of royalty. I have not seen royalty opposite me in this studio. Normally what I see is Adeshokwe, week in, week out. It's Bang Radio, May 7, on May 7. She is a 10 out of 10. She works all night, she works all day. While light a light, she know they play all boss. Don't even joke. May 7!
What an introduction.
Oh, May 7.
Trust me.
I've never heard an introduction like that.
That's for mommy. Come on, shake for daddy.
bang, bang,
bang radio.
10. Sounds of May 7 playing in the background. The queen of Afrobeats in the UK. She's in the studio with us on her birthday. It's myself, Shopsy, MC Timmy, and DJ Young Millie.
Got to start off, Shops.
Yep.
When the Lord was giving out those talents, you were at the front of the queue, we were at the back. In fact, we were late to that day, but we'll still try it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, May 7. Happy birthday to you.
Yes. It is a pleasure to have you in the studio. You're looking absolutely stunning today.
So much.
It is your birthday.
It is my birthday.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm the biggest kid. Biggest grown woman kid you'd ever meet. I'm so excited. It's unbelievable. I'm happy. Where else would I want to be on my birthday? I had to be here.
Yes.
And I had to be here. Representing Afrobeats and being here with my brothers as well, who've been supporting me.
It's fantastic.
Listen, we there's so much to talk about.
I know.
But it's the easiest way to talk about this is you are called May 7.
I am.
You chose your birthday as a name.
As a name.
How difficult was that?
It wasn't difficult. I mean, for me, I like to celebrate my birthday because for me it's a great day. My parents celebrated me. My dad actually used to play football. I don't know if you know, he's a Nigerian football player. And he...
Legend.
Allegedly.
So his jersey number was number 7. And he used to pray that I'll be born on the 7th. And I came out on the 7th. So it was a big deal for the family.
Wow.
So when I was trying to think about a stage name, sorry, my sister was also born on the 7th. And my brother, although his head popped out on the 8th, he was actually born on the 7th as well.
Wow.
So he's got 3 kids, born on the 7th. So it's a big number. We're synonymous with that number. So when I was trying to think about a stage name, I wanted the whole world to celebrate my name and celebrate me, celebrate my birthday, the birth of May 7th. So yeah, that's why I came up with it.
Mum and Dad must have timed it right, man. Listen, only on the 7th.
Only on the 7th.
So when you came up with that name, May 7, and you put it out there, what was the initial reaction to it?
A lot of people thought I was a rapper because most female singers do not put numbers and, you know, have names like that. But, you know, it was unique. People just felt it was unique. No negativity at all. So, you know, quite a unique name. But they thought I was a rapper initially. Yeah.
Before we cross over to the Afro beats, you dabbled a little bit. You did the R&B thing. You did the pop thing.
Yeah.
And then you decided, even though you were doing the R&B and the pop thing, you were still adding a little bit of African words and stuff into it. Let's talk about the fact that you did that and then decided to go the full hog in joining the Afrobeats team.
It is, for me, I just thought it was a natural progression because even before I did the R&B stuff, I was always dabbling in my culture, our language. I was always doing that in the studio. Nobody understood it. I actually went for a record deal when I was 18 with not Afro beats at the time, Niger beats in my head at the time. And I presented a song to a guy called Guy Moots from EMI Records called Put Your Hands Up. And it had some African drums in it, and he just said, look, this is not, the UK not ready for this right now. And, you know, he kind of turned me away and said, you know, the UK will never be ready for it. Maybe try America, go to different, you know, go to Africa and go and do that stuff. So I was adamant on, you know, pursuing, you know, that kind of style. So I went, you know, left the deal and went to save up my own money, started working 2-3 jobs, and I came up with a video. But I knew that I couldn't just put African music out just like that, because the industry were not ready for it. I had to slowly introduce it with my style, with my dressing, make sure that I stood out, always stood out. And the videos, I made sure I was doing the same level videos that they had on MTV Base. So it meant I had to spend 3 times more money than up-and-coming artists. The good thing about doing it is, as soon as the MTV received that first video, they just playlisted it based on the amount of money and the concept and, you know, and the I guess the packaging. They playlisted without even knowing that I was an unsigned, independent, unmanaged, you know, completely on my own. I was doing all the promo from the bedroom of my house.
Wow.
Everything from the room. And people thought, oh, MAY7VEN's big and da-da-da. MTV top 10. I was number 7 with my first single.
I remember that.
You remember? Yeah, and it had, you know, some influences, but it wasn't that much. But whenever I was interviewed by MTV, Mobile, all of them, I was always talking about Africa, always talking about Afro beats and what I wanted to do in 5-10 years time. So it's always been a part of my journey. So I've not gone fully in. It was just a natural progression. It's now expanding and growing a little bit. So yeah.
Wow. And now that you're in your, let's call it her expansion phase, really,
Yes.
because I mean, you dropped some big clubbing numbers, some big tunes.
Yeah.
What would you say at this particular time is the next phase? You're in one stage. What's the next phase for you?
They say to whom much is given, much is required. I've always, you know, obviously I call myself the queen of Afrobeat. I always see myself as a leader. And, you know, with leaders, someone who tries to lead, you take a lot more knocks than people coming behind you, kind of thing. So for me, I'm trying to get myself to the Grammys. I'm trying to get myself to that next level now, because I've achieved quite a bit. Some things have never been done before in the UK or in Africa, and now I want to take our music and what we're doing to the international arena. A lot of artists are doing it and, you know, having the same idea and agenda, but mine is like I don't want to go through, you know, through what I've been, the back doors anymore. I want to go in head on. We don't want to be picking up African category at the BET Awards. I want us to be amongst some of the best artists in the world. We are, so why not?
Bang, bang,
Bang Radio.
And just in case you just tuned in, the hashtag is birthday memories. So it's only right that we just put that question to you.
Are you serious?
May7, a birthday memory that just pops up now. Which one would it be?
2012, being able to celebrate my birthday in 2 parts of the world at the same time, almost at the same time, on the 7th of May in Nigeria and London. So we started the party in Lagos in Okocha's Club, Club 10. Had all the celebs, all my friends in there. Then I left around 6 a.m. 6 a.m. on a flight to London. And yeah, so yeah.
And finished
up
here.
Yeah. Parties, yeah, that was the best.
That's a proper celebrity life. JJ Okocha, to some of you that know football, played for Bolton, the Nigerian legend.
Jack was a DJ over there, and Exclusive was a DJ over here. It's crazy. It was mad. Let me just drop it. Tiwa serenaded me on my birthday as well. Tiwa
Savage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Young Scale. There were so many people there. It was crazy. It was the best.
I'm happy that you touched on Tiwa actually. Tiwa Savage is one of the artists that, especially the female artist in the Afrobeat scene, that has done incredibly well. Started in the UK, went to the States, you know, tried out the X Factor before deciding to go back and do Afrobeat music. Anytime a Tiwa Savage name pops up, obviously there are references made to May7 in the UK, in the sense that in the sense that you are a female artist doing almost the same type of music, came up around the same time.
No, we didn't.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No.
Okay, yes,
no, we didn't come up at the same. We were. Tiwa and I went to school. Well, she went to school with my sister. We are sisters. We are close friends. She's been there birthdays and like we're family. So that's, you know, I'm not going to take anything away. But I was doing Hands Up, Boash Laramie. I was doing Afro beats before she turned and started doing the things. So it wasn't the same period of time. It was at least 2-3 years apart.
Wow. And what are your thoughts? Let's talk about the women in the Afrobeats industry. You mentioned Tiwa Savage. There are a couple of others, Shay, yourself.
My sister,
Exactly. What are your thoughts about the women in the Afrobeat scene, because for a long time it seemed like the women were finding it difficult to get on the same stages that the guys were, or getting the same type of passes and making the music that guys were, you know, that people were playing. What are your thoughts about that?
I think what's happening right now is phenomenal. I think it's fantastic, long overdue, but it was a struggle. You know, when I started, I can only speak about my personal journey. When I was touring Nigeria, I was always the only female on the bill. Of the P Square, the band, and Little MAY7 kind of thing. No females in the scene, apart from the female rappers. So you almost had to work like the men to be amongst them. That's kind of how they took it in Nigeria. But I wasn't taking no for an answer. You know, I'll do the videos, big videos. I will come and perform, you know, try and outperform the male artists. I'll put 200% into everything I was doing, and I was not prepared to take no for an answer. So I was able to get a bit of an edge in. And Tiwa is just, you know, powerful girl, and all the girls who are powerful individuals are the ones who are coming through. If you're going to sit down and wait for people to hand things to you, it's never going to happen. So you've got to, you know, come quite aggressive. Yeah.
Got to come in it. Got to come and take it. Grab it with both hands.
MAY7 in the building. Alexandra Burke.
Shout out to K-Swiss and you know, DJ Magic in the building. Now, MAY7, the song we just played was
Ooh La La,
by
Alexandra Burke
and
featuring MAY7.
Now, that was a good song. That you know, when the song came out, it caused a lot of ripples in the scene. You know, Twitter went crazy. It was trending. I was so excited. I'm like, fantastic collaboration here with Alexandra Burke from X Factor and MAY7. All of a sudden, a video pops up with Alexandra Burke in Nigeria, where she said she had no knowledge of the remix. She didn't approve your voice on that. Let's talk about it.
I mean, I hate talking about things that were in the past, but since you brought it up on my birthday.
On your birthday.
Let's settle the score. Alexandra Burke, I don't know her. I met her before when she was 16. She auditioned in one of my offices, believe it or not.
Wow.
We still have that. I had a magazine called Fumi. Magazine, F-U-M-E, and she came to the office and auditioned at the age of 16. That's the only time I ever met her. Then she was working with a guy called Washington Capero. He's now become a friend of mine. So Washington, unknown to me at the time, contacted my PR organization, and he wanted Alexandra Burke. He didn't even want to disclose her name at the time. He said he's managing an artist, a big star who likes Afrobeats, and she wants to feature one D'banj, MAY7, or Wizkid. And I think he approached all of us. I was a bit reluctant at first because, you know, our style of music doesn't, you know, I love her as a musician. I think she has an awesome voice.
Incredible voice, yeah. I've
never really been a fan of the songs, but I like Alexandra Burke's artistry. So I decided I wasn't going to do the song. I don't know what happened with Wizkid and the others, but nothing happened. You know, there was no music. He chased me around. He contacted my sister. He went through the house to try and get hold of me personally. And he spoke to me and he said, look, I really want you to do this song. Alex is a fan. She likes 1010. She likes Afrobeats. She wants to get into the Afrobeat scene. So he kind of convinced me. When I heard the song, then I became even more convinced because I'm like, I know I can do something on this. I can now show my versatility. I can show that I can drop a different kind of flow. And not just sing, but now I can show that I can do a bit of patois because she's Jamaican. Bring those two kind of cultures together.
Kind of like singing fast and
singing fast.
Nice.
Yeah, show my versatility more than anything. So, and I crossing over to the mainstream kind of to her market while she, you know, crosses over to ours. So I decided to give it a stab in the studio, recorded the song, all was good. I liked the end result of it, and then passed it back to Washington, and he said it's the best. You know, he loved the song, his team loved the song. And then he called me when he was with Alex and the team and said, oh, we're in the studio right now, everyone's going crazy, they love the record. Cool. And that was it. And then I think the whole PR thing happened, but there was a personal issue when Alex became known to me.
Oh, let's go!
She made herself known to me. So
let's go!
It was nothing to do with music whatsoever. Nothing to do. I'm a very private person.
Okay.
I keep myself to myself. But you know, something popped up on the phone, and it was Alex, and I texted back and said, "Why are you texting?" And it was all very personal.
Why are you texting yourself?
Ding ding, round one.
No,
she was.
No, she texted my boyfriend, and it came at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I said to her, it's really inappropriate. You know, I saw her picture and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. End of story. Then the next day, Washington contacted me and said, "Oh, Alex is mad. You know, she doesn't want this to go out." I said, "I'm a private person. I'm not going to put," and I haven't. This has been 3 years or maybe 2 years or whatever now, and I've not said anything. But for her to go to Nigeria and then claim, that's the most disrespectful thing. If you're an artist, just say the truth. I cannot. Every musician knows nobody can get hold of your stems, your music stems, without your permission. It's not even possible. Contracts were signed. I had everything. So why would I even want to go and sing on? I wasn't doing collaborations. I've never done collaborations until that particular moment. I think I did her, then I did Two Face, and Chingy. So I'm really picky about me doing collaborations anyway. Let alone to go and pick a pop song from a record that wasn't even a single is unheard of. So she, you know, told Porky's on radio, and that's why now I don't even need to defend myself. Whatever it is, it is what it is. So.
Wow. Wow. So
that's the truth.
So in simple terms, celebrities as well can send text messages to other celebrities' boyfriends. Oh my God.
That was all. So it was not music related. It was very personal, and you know, I'm like, okay, she's young or whatever, and I just left it. Cool.
But mate, what's your actual view in terms of, because you know there's a lot of beef in the industry amongst different. Even Afrobeats artists having beef, especially on Twitter of late, which I won't go into the boys we've been talking about recently, and then cross-genre. What's your actual view? Because I always say to shops that I believe we can all win together. What's your opinion though?
I'm of the same opinion. No matter what it is, even with Alex Burke, if she tweets or whatever, I will. If she has a song that's banging, I'll retweet and I'll support, because we have to separate our personal life from our business and our music life. That's how I see it. So if I feel something positive towards somebody, I will make sure the whole world knows about it. If I feel negative, I'll keep myself to myself. That's my personal view. So I don't. The whole child thing on Twitter, I never get involved with it, and I never will. So.
That's good.
It's all nonsense.
That's a brilliant answer. Now, going into 2015, obviously 1010 was a couple of years ago. A couple of people were like, what's going on with May7? No music, no, you know, where are the big tracks? You dropped Work, which we have supported. It did some great rounds in Nigeria as well. But to the other listeners or the Afrobeats fans, it didn't stick the way 1010 did. What are your thoughts about that? Why do you think that is?
I think now there's a lot more to pick from. That's the number one thing. There's so many different songs, and in Africa, especially in Nigeria, they're in the studio every single day. You know, 10 years ago it was the opposite. We have access to everything here. Now in Nigeria, the studios in every corner, every street corner. Everyone can produce, everyone can do stuff, and it's easy to put music out. Not necessarily it's easy to get hits, but it's easy to put music out in Nigeria. In the UK, we spend 10 times much more in terms of money than they do out there, and it's just that's kind of one of the main reasons why you don't see me putting out music left, right, and center. I believe in quality over quantity, first of all. So anything I do has got to be. It's not just a song. I'm a visual artist. More than anything, I'm not boosting myself in any way whatsoever, but there are certain artists like Michael Jackson who the song is just as important as the visual to them. Chris Brown, Usher, those kind of artists, and I come from that school. I'm a student of them, so if I have a song that I think is great, I'll put it out, test the waters, and if people feeling it, I'm not going to go back and go and fund a very expensive video, or not necessarily expensive, but a great video. And to do something great does sometimes, you know, require huge resources. So that's one of the reasons why I don't always put things out, you know, to make sure I've got everything right. Even if it takes me, whose time am I on really? If it takes me 2-3 years to fund something that's going to be great and be on BET and MTV, so be it. So that's how I see it.
Bang
Radio.
Afrobeats life means a lot to me. The idea came about as a struggling artist, trying to find various platforms to perform, and it was limited where Afrobeats was concerned. And you'd kind of have to wait till the big artist comes over from Nigeria. So you'd have maybe 20 artists trying to fight to get onto one bill. You've got P-Square coming over, you'd have maybe MAY7, Mr. Silver, and the rest are left behind. And it kept happening over and over again. And as I said, someone has to take the lead and say, this has to stop. We need our own platform here in the UK. We have a lot of talent here, homegrown talent, that are equally just as good. Why can we not perform and then they come and support us? That's still my agenda right now. We get on the stage and get one day call.
You have to go with one day call, isn't it?
I'm just saying, anyone, one day, even the band, come and support us. You don't see that in America. You don't see Americans supporting the UK artists. It doesn't happen anywhere else. So we have our artists that are just as talented. We just need to now start releasing like the Fuse ODGs, get them into the charts. if possible, or doing big promotional campaigns to get us out there and start, you know, headlining our own shows.
Let's talk numbers. The amount of Afrobeats artists that has performed at the Afrobeats Live at Jazz Cafe.
It's over 30.
Over
30s, yeah. We're counting it today. It's over 38 now.
Wow.
Yeah. Over 38 UK
Incredible.
artists, yeah, and counting.
And I love it because there's so many artists out there who are hungry, who are just looking for any kind of opportunity. So shout out to yourself and the DLA crew. It's
now,
brilliant.
this one, at the end of May, tell us about the one that's coming up next and who is headlining.
The one in May, 31st of May, has been headlined by JJC Skills. If you don't know JJC Skills, just go.
He was on the show. He was on the show.
Okay.
He was with us.
So for the audience who don't know who JJC, just go and Google him. This guy inspired me. You know, he's one of the people that inspired me to go and start learning more about my culture. You know, being here in the UK, we didn't have artists on TV or you know, on radio that we can actually relate to. And JJC was the one who put a lot of us on the map.
Yeah.
He was on Channel AKA first. He was on MTV Base.
Absolutely.
Doing Africa, you know, all these songs. JJC and the 419 Squad. He
Yeah.
put up the D'banj,
Big
Don
Brothers.
Jazzy,
Yeah,
Big
Big
Brothers.
Brothers, yeah.
You know, we all went to school together back in the day. So, you know, I saw that hustle, and he's one of the most hardworking people you'd ever meet. One of the most, say, multifaceted. He's taught himself how to produce, how to write, how to do sound
Sing,
everything, just so that he can have a career, you know, carve a career out for himself. And that's kind of, you know, like I said, he's one of my teachers. So
Yeah, he's tearing it up in Nigeria at the moment. He's on
Tearing it
every
up.
single radio station,
Absolutely.
LF,
Everywhere.
right, centre.
Hustle is crazy, but he took time out as well to do business and to school a lot of people, like the Momusas and stuff. So you know, it took a while for him to come back, but now
Give us the date and where people can
sorry.
get information about that.
I talk a lot, don't I?
history lesson.
Yeah.
I know,
It's a history lesson, man. We love it.
So I'm very passionate about JJ, incredibly passionate about him. But yeah, it's on the 31st of May at Jazz Cafe. It's going to include Como, Timbo, SK, Mike's Comedy, Big Tipper, Tyron the Prince,
Wow.
Matto, Selector Af, Double Bangs, Deborah Rose, and Temple. And
Wow.
DJ Abbas is going to be getting an award as well.
Wow.
Major contribution.
Speaking
Wow.
of which, you've recently won an award.
Wow.
Screen Nation award, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
I've always wanted to win one for the last 10 years. I've always wanted to win Screen Nation. So yeah, I got one in January for work.
Congratulations.
Wow, that's fantastic. You know, thank you very much for coming on your birthday, taking
Thank
time
you so
out to
much for
come
having
out.
me. Thank you.
But before we let you go, I know you have to run your chauffeurs downstairs, the limos there, the champagne. The champagne is waiting.
Champagne.
But we have a tradition here on Afrohits and Bang where we have 5 questions that you must answer, cannot dodge, must answer. All right, are we ready for this?
Yeah, let's start her off. Question number 1.
Yep.
Afro beats or pop?
Oh, Afrobeats. Afrobeats.
Why?
Oh, it's everything. Afrobeats is life. Music with life.
Power.
Power, yeah.
Great. Second question, London or Lagos?
Oh, jeez. Can I say New York? New York.
That's an intelligent way of stepping away from the question, isn't it?
May doesn't want to get to Murtala Mohammed Airport. Sister, you can't come here. Go back.
Especially the daughter of the legend, Shegbo Odegbami.
If you'd asked me Ibadan or London, I would have said Ibadan. So it's your
Absolutely.
fault.
Shout out to I'm Badon too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Third question, African celebrity crush.
Ooh.
You gotta answer that.
Trying to get me in trouble.
Oh, listen, man.
Oh, DJ Renty.
Okay, shout out. Okay, easy one. Now we're going into the tougher ones. I said this is the Afro Hit show. That was a little bit like just a set, you know, to set you in the tone. The fourth question is marry, kiss, or ignore. And you have D'banj, Two-Face, and John DeMello from Ghana.
I've got to marry, kiss, or ignore one of them.
Yep.
100%.
Okay.
So at least one is getting some.
Two-Face is married, so I have to ignore him.
Oh,
Let's go
respect.
there. Gosh.
Now you got to kiss and marry one of
Okay.
them.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. John DeMello has got to be married. You got to marry John DeMello and kiss D'banj.
Hey, all I can say is you should have seen the disappointment in Ade Chopin's face when you said that, like, oh man.
Like John DeMello. Do you know how many chicks John DeMello has?
Oh, you serious?
Boy, he's killing it in Ghana.
Oh.
Man.
I didn't realize. I saw a movie and fell in love with him. I saw a movie where he's this nice, handsome, good husband. I'm like,
That's the thing. Everybody falls in love with John DeMello.
And the final question on our Afrohits top 5 that you cannot avoid, Ade, take it away.
It's top 3 Afrobeats female artists.
Top 3.
Yes.
Excluding myself or
excluding yourself. Excluding yourself.
Top 3. It's gonna be Tiwa.
Yep.
Oh, Cynthia Morgan. I love that chick. I love Cynthia Morgan. And this is a tough one.
One more.
Do you know what? Shay is Shay, without a doubt.
All right, then. Wraps it up, May 7 here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the lovely May 7. When is your birthday? Casey, come with me.
See the way you look at me. You didn't make my heart believe. Let's get together. Oh, I can see you're feeling me. My body's calling for you, calling for you, calling for you. Hey, see me the Range Rover. I always want to make a pull over. Don't make me bend over. You know I'm fit to get over. What's your feeling, baby? Tell me how you're feeling, baby. What's your feeling, baby? Tell me how you're feeling, baby. What's your feeling, baby? Tell me how you're feeling, baby.
Bang, bang,
Bang Radio.